Hello
Saturday.
everyone, my name is Flynn and we are back to Echo. You can find me on Blue Sky, YouTube, Twitch, at Finn My socials are at the bottom of the screen, as you can very clearly see. Enjoy. How about you, Terry?
I am Terry Candlestick. Hello, everyone. And you can find me on YouTube and Blue Sky. Just search Terry Candlestick. I am the black cat in the very nice cape with the little candle.
The black cat that is wearing a cape with an AI-generated image.
Don't tell them it's AI generated. They can see that for themselves. I'm still trying to actually get around to drawing this. I tried to draw like a cat face, and it was just the first furry art, and I was like, "Wow, I don't know how to draw."
Don't worry. Well, guys, we'll both be at BLFC this year, so maybe you can commission something there.
Maybe we'll see.
We won't have a panel at BLFC, but we'll always be there.
Yeah, we'll be walking
But
around
all
in
right.
character. Finn's gonna be dressed up as Finmer in his Finmer fursuit.
I don't have a fursuit.
Neither of
All
us have a
right.
fursuit. Maybe a tail, maybe ears. Not
Probably
enough to have a
tailors.
handler. I don't know.
Yeah, and after that, we should go visit our parents while wearing a tail and ears so they can be disappointed in us. Oh. All right. I'm going to head over to Saturday now.
All right. I guess I'll do Saturday too. A little beeping from the microwave. Saturday.
Saturday.
Ha 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 ha.
I stand up above the turnbuckle, holding my arms high above my head and flicking my strong tail behind me. I hear lots of boos in the crowd, but that's how it's supposed to be. I am a bad guy, a rudo, as they call it here. I'm not actually a bad guy for real, though. It's just an act. The flashing of cameras is a little distracting, but nothing I can't handle. I'm good at keeping cool. I reach up, making sure my mask is secure, even my muzzle is covered. I can't risk my identity being revealed, especially in a match against Tigre Santos. He's one of the Tenacios. Tenacios, I suppose. The
Technicals.
good guys. A real goody issue. Really, a real goody tissues.
Goody little two shoes. Goody little two shoes. Goody little two shoes. Goody little two shoes.
Good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
Bam!
I don't trust him. He's too good. I don't trust people who are too good. They're always hiding something. The announcer shouts in a foreign language that I don't understand, and I growl, flexing my giant muscles towards nobody in particular. Tigre has been staring at me from across the ring this whole time. No showboating, though. That's not in his character. At like 7.5 feet tall, I'm totally bigger than him. He's only 5'6", so I could basically eat him for breakfast. The crowds always cheer for the smaller guy, though. I don't. The small guys can be just as bad as big guys. Maybe even worse. I look back to the crowd. There's like a couple thousand people here, which is a lot. Sometimes I wish I could just tell them all the truth. The bell rings. It's time. Hey! Dad yells from the kitchen. I flinch. It feels like my stomach is suddenly tied in a knot. Not now. Please. Dad walks in. He's wearing all camouflage with an undersized scout cap that seems to squeeze his head. What are you doing? I look down at my feet and pick some of the fibers of the rug. I don't respond. I hear him step in front of me. The crowd chanting on the TV catches his attention and he stops. You know you can't be watching this. And you also know what today is. You're still in your pajamas, watching this. This. Dad lets out a noise I really can't describe. I look up and he's pointing at the TV. He stands there, watching for a moment. What is he doing to that other man?
A reverse suplex.
And this is fun for you? You enjoy watching this?
I don't know. It was just on.
I lie. Dad looks down at me and I can't tell whether he believes me or not. When I say something, you need to listen. Last night, I told you to be dressed in the clothes I gave you and be ready to go by 5. It's over 15 past 5 and you're not even dressed.
I'm sorry, okay?
Dad sighs, stepping out of the room. His footsteps are heavy, like he doesn't care that Mom and my brothers are still trying to sleep. Next thing I know, he's back in the living room. He tosses another camouflage outfit into my lap and sets the rifle on the couch. When your mother and I talked about sending you up north to your uncle, we're not joking.
Dad.
He points again at the TV. And there's certainly no television up there, no violent video games, and no adults that tolerate this sort of behavior. I ball my paws up into fists, pushing them into my stomach. I don't say anything. Anytime you say anything, it makes it worse. Dad looks at my paws, then lets out a strained, amused sounding grunt. What? Are you gonna hit me? Do you want to punch me now? Is this what you're learning? Again, he points at the TV. His eyeballs are bulging and his mouth hanging wide open. This the way his hat tugs at his head makes him look different, scrunching his features. I don't know why he's wearing it. It looks uncomfortable. I am so sick of your behavior. We are all so sick of your behavior. I feel my breathing start to get shaky. Don't cry. Don't give him the satisfaction. Are you sick? He just keeps staring at me, the same expression on his face. I drop Tigre's torso down on my knee, a backbreaker. The crowd roars. I'm grinning beneath my mask, playing up the part, though, through all the jeering and the hatred. They may love me. They may love to hate me, but that's still love. Tigre had been getting a lot of good blows in, though. Actual blows. He stiff arms like nobody's business. I'm a little bloody, but that's okay. I'm tough. That's my thing. I'm tough. I'm really tough. But so is Tigre. He's small, so he's got a lot of finesse and can dodge a lot of my stuff. I climb over the top rope and onto the floor mat below. I always keep a few goodies beneath the ring for people like me. Pulling the flap up, I find a pile of long wooden staves.
These could cause some pain.
I yell out to the crowd, and they boo in response. They're really, really mad. Tigre is still groaning, prone on his belly. As I approach, he mutters something in his native tongue that sounds like a bunch of cuss words. Not so good after all, I guess. Time to get revenge for all those stiff hits from earlier. With a mighty heave, I bring the staff down on Tigre's back. He practically bounces, and a lady fan of Tigre in the crowd screams. Realizing how hard I'm hitting now, he quickly scrambles up to his knees. No, I just hit him right back down. That's what you get. His shoulders twitch. His shoulder twitches and he quickly clutches it with his free hand, rolling onto his stomach. More curses. I hit him again, this time in the soft of his stomach. There's no referee to help him now. I hear him gasp, holding up his paw in front of him, trying to protect himself. This time I hit him in his crotch. Not that there's much to hit. He has a little penis and balls because he's so small. Mine are huge, of course. I have to wear like a super big cup so that things don't flop around. I drop down on top of him, grabbing him by the scruff of his spandex leotard. He whimpers beneath me, his black and orange tail coiled inward between his legs. I lower my voice, speaking in a deep, raspy tone.
Don't stiff arm me again like that, or else, Tigre Santos.
I think he quivers out a I won't. He's probably so humiliated now. His eyes are like saucers, looking at me and waiting to see what I do next. Like, completely at my mercy and everything. I bet he'd really be humiliated if I, unmasked him. And then I pull him up, hug him in front of everybody. He'd be so ashamed. I'd show them that I'm the real good guy. Maybe he'd like that and feel better. That's fine too. I place my thumbs beneath the bottom of his mask and pull up. Dad's gunshot rings out so loud, it seems to shake the leaves off the trees nearby. Some kind of bird falls. Some kind of bird falls from the sky. I think it's a dove because it's all white and stuff. Or at least it was white. Dad sees that it's struggling on the ground, so he walks over and shoots it point blank, leaving just a small crater in the ground and some feathers. Okay, we gotta explain that. So, guys, my dad once took someone out hunting, and they had like shot a bird, and the bird was still alive on the ground. And this person was like, "Oh, you poor thing, let me put you out of your misery." And he just puts another shell into the shotgun, points it like straight, like, like maybe like 6 inches away from the bird, and pulls the trigger. It's just a crater.
Disintegrates the bird.
Yeah, just disintegrates the poor bird. just buried in the ground now. Oh man.
Like, you're supposed to leave something to eat, dude.
It's like, what are you doing?
Alright, so I want to explain like the wrestling thing, because it's like,
Go for it.
this is like lucha wrestling, and I used to watch. I don't remember if you watched too much of that when you were younger,
No.
Finn.
Not at all.
So I don't know about how lucha wrestling goes, but for WWE and the professional wrestling, quote unquote, you see on TV, that's all scripted. Sorry to burst any bubbles, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's all scripted to an extent. They all pretty much just, a lot of it is they already know who's going to win and who's going to lose, and it's like this big thing that sometimes even like the leader, like the owner of the studio or the wrestling like organization is in on. Usually there's like managers, and they all have written out a plot. Everyone's got like their own little character that they're supposed to have. The good guy, I forget the name of them, but I think the bad guy is the heel.
Yeah,
And
he's the heel.
huh?
Yeah, bad guy's the heel.
So apparently Tigre Santos, he's the good guy. And I forget what the name of the other guy was, but
Yeah.
he's the heel. And first off, I don't think they would ever, unless it was like it's been built up, and there's this huge huge conflict between them, like that's been going on. Like there's just animosity that they're showing. They would never take the mask off. I think it's supposed to be like horrible to do. But
Oh yeah,
so
Luthor does. Yeah,
yeah, so yeah, I it's just kind of funny. Like it just kind of shows how little. And I'm assuming this is Sydney. I'm
yeah.
assuming this is Sydney, and he's watching it, and he has absolutely no idea that any of this is probably scripted. He literally thinks it's just the bad guy, the real big bad guy, beating up the little hero Tigre Santos, and he's gonna get his revenge for little Tigre. He's gonna show everyone that he's not really a bad guy. He's actually a good guy. He's not like he's kind of like Mr. T. He didn't want to be a tough guy. He wanted to be a dancer. You know, he has no idea how it's really supposed to work, and it's just kind of funny. So,
and like something to build on that. How many of you have seen Clockwork Orange? I know you can't respond, obviously, but like,
answer
when
in the
you watch
comments
Clockwork
below.
yeah. In Clockwork Orange, the protagonist is like this psychopath, basically. And he goes to prison and he's reading the Bible. And the priest is like, "Oh, that's so great. You're reading the Bible. You're really into it. You love reading it." And then it switches to like what this guy is imagining. And you see someone playing Jesus, and then Jesus gets whipped, and it like pans over, and you see the protagonist of Clockwork Orange. He's the Roman soldier with like the whip who's beating the hell out of Jesus. He's like nailing stakes into his arms and legs. He's like, yeah, me. So like,
Yeah,
that whole thing where like people are identifying with the villain. It's with children and teenagers, they don't really understand. They just like they might just like it because it's edgy, but like adults, no. Like adults know the difference typically, unless they're developmentally just delayed or something.
yeah,
But like it's really concerning. I mean, so like if they're identifying with an anti-hero like the Punisher, okay, that's one thing. But if they're literally just like, okay, I'm gonna identify with Satan,
that's
that's a bit of a
typically bad.
problem.
That shows that there's some shit going on.
Yeah, there's some problems going on there because your entire childhood and teenage years and into early adult years is supposed to be you build into the community and like you make connections. Like the whole thing that's bad about identifying with the villain is that the villains are usually supposed to be completely isolated.
They're
They
outcasts.
are like they are the way they are for a reason. Um and everybody hates them. And there's a chance they're just misunderstood, but for the most part, they're not. It's like the whole, like there are stories with necromancers. We'll say necrothurges because that's the correct version of what you're thinking. And so these necromancers, they, like you'll have some who are just like, I want to create a way for people to live forever. Whee! And it's like, okay, cool. Why don't you just go become a doctor and figure out immortality? That'd be better. But then you have the necromancers who are just like, I want to become a necromancer so I can animate an army of the undead to control, to go and kill people so I can make more of the undead and control the world with complete tyranny.
Yes, I need something to find a black cauldron with. Yeah,
And it's just like, cool, this guy's crazy. One of these guys is just like, I want to do this to solve the problem of death, and this is the way I can figure out how to do it. And the other guys are like, I want to do this because it gives me power and domination. That's what I need more than anything. And then, someone goes and gives him a hug, and he's like, why am I doing this? Stop it.
that's funny.
All right.
So I
I
guess
actually,
I'll actually end on if anyone says I'm wrong, go read Stone Cold Steve Austin's biography, maybe autobiography. I forget what it's called. I just remember when I read that, he said something about his first time going to the ring, he knew absolutely jack shit, and he was like beating up on the guy, getting wailed on, and then like after the match, the guy came up to him all pissed off, pulled out a folding chair, and Steve thought he was going to get his ass beat like behind the scenes or something, and he guy put it down out of like view of the crowd and looked at Steve and said, "Sit your ass down and watch." And he started noticing that people were like talking in the ring, figuring shit out, like how they were going to do that. And he was like, "Oh, this is supposed to be, we're not beating the shit out of each other. This is supposed to be like we figure out what we're gonna do and then we go do it, and then like there's like this plan, like we already know who's going to do it. We just figure out when and how we're going to get there to either I lose or I win, because the manager said I lose or I win." Now I get it. And then he went and
Yeah,
ate like raw potatoes because he felt like he needed to earn his meals, and even microwaving potatoes was like, I guess, stealing or humiliating or something. Literally eat
so
nothing but raw potatoes.
just think of it like violent improv.
Pretty much. That's a really good way of putting it. Yeah, violent improv. And
Yeah,
that's kind of what the entire like being up on the turnbuckle, looking at the crowd, flicking them off, or just literally just trying to piss them off just to piss them off, because hey, you're the bad guy, you're the heel, you're supposed to be at the one everyone hates. So
exactly.
exactly. And sometimes the heel becomes the good guy, sometimes the good guy becomes the heel, sometimes there's big old groups like New World Order,
So
etc., etc., etc.
my understanding is that as people get is that being the hero, the protagonist, actually has a younger age range associated with it, and then being the bad guy has an older age range associated with it. It's because they're trying to target that younger demographic of like teenagers who will look at this and think it's 100% real. And so it's easier for them to identify with the 18-year-old or the 20-year-old, like The Rock or something, back when he was younger, than it is to identify with a guy who's like 40 and, has a huge beard, lines all over his faces, that
Yeah,
kind of thing.
that's
So
why.
it's just easier for them to identify with that stuff.
Yeah, that's why Sydney is like, I'm the bad guy. I'm gonna beat the shit out of Tigre.
Yeah, I mean, it partially it's just because Sydney obviously has a terrible family life. Like, here's the thing: healthy parents don't talk to their kids that way. Like, there's being frustrated, and then but I mean, to an extent, you're supposed to just accept there's certain things your kids like doing.
Yeah, don't
Right?
degrade
I
them
mean,
for liking certain things. That's just fucked up.
yeah, yeah. Don't denigrate them because they like something. Like, accept that they enjoy these things and embrace that. And the thing is, if you embrace that they like things and you're supportive of the things that they like, sort of those things being like psychotic, you can take them and then, be like, here's this cool thing that I like doing too, that I think you will like doing.
Yeah, bond
Like,
over it.
it's, yeah, you gotta sell it to your kids. And the thing is, if you have a healthy, happy relationship with your kids, where you're treating them well, you're encouraging the things that they like and their passions, they're more likely to go and be interested in what you want to do with them. They're going to see you as something that they like. They aren't going to be constantly trying to daydream to get the hell away from you.
Yeah,
So
they're not going to be
you
escaping.
exactly, they're not indulging in excessive escapism just to escape from you. So,
One
yeah.
one video I had seen was kind of talking about like the differences between like a mom and a dad in regards to like a child who wasn't responding to them like, and this is in this scenario it was they're trying to get the kid ready for school so they can get on the bus and go to school.
Hmm.
And the mom kept coming in saying, "Hey, you need to go to school. You know, get out of bed." The kid's like, "Nah," just kept sleeping. And she came back and, repeatedly and just got more and more frustrated. And then switched over to what the dad did and why the kid actually like responded immediately when the dad said, "Get out of bed and get dressed, get ready for school." Because when
Hmm.
the kid didn't do that, what happened was the dad just let him sleep until it was time for him to get on the bus. And then dad pulls him out in his pajamas without his lunch, without his backpack, and says, "Okay, time to go to school." And the kid's like, "But I'm going to be embarrassed at school." "Oh, yeah, that's why you should have gotten up, huh?" And it's like, "But I'm not going to be able to do my schoolwork." "Oh, yeah, that's why you should have gotten up, huh?" "Well, I'm going to be hungry at lunch." "Yeah, that's why you shouldn't have gotten up, huh?" And so the next time dad comes in and says, "Hey, time for you to, start getting ready for school," the kid kicks off those blankets, kicks off the blankets and sheets because he knows exactly what's going to happen if he doesn't get his ass out of bed and get ready for school. He's going to be going to school in his pajamas, probably with no shoes on, and he's not going to have anything for his schoolwork, and he's going to look like a dummy. He's going to be hungry. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
so it's all
Is that good or bad parenting, Finn?
that would be terrible parenting. That would probably get the teachers would probably call CPS on you if you sent your kid to school wearing only their pajamas with none of their supplies and no food or anything, unless you're just so impoverished you literally cannot afford to give them any of that. So no, I mean, let's look at the core of those two things, though. Right? What the dad is doing is letting the kids suffer the consequences of their actions.
Mm-hmm.
However, how he does it is terrible. The mother's being too passive. I mean, realistically speaking, I think that comic is probably a little problematic, I guess, in a way. Like realistically, but yeah, I imagine at a certain point the mom just sort of walks up and tears the sheets off the kid and is like, "Get your ass out of bed. I've told you like 3 times. Get up." And then it's just like, okay, well now you have to do everything at like quadruple time, so go eat breakfast. Well, you got through enough of your breakfast to not be starving. Cool, fantastic. Go brush your teeth. Oh, you can only like super fast brush your teeth, and it's a half-ass job. Cool, go put on some clothes. You know, like go get changed. Go do this. Go do that. And it's just like that whole thing where it's like you have to just rush the entire damn time. That sucks. It's like I can wake up about, I want to say, an hour before work and still get dressed and everything, eat breakfast, brush my teeth, get all my stuff together, and get out the door and get there on time. But it's kind of a pain in the ass because I have to like rush the entire time and it's stressful. Or I can wake up an hour and 45 minutes early and now I don't have to rush at all on anything. Which would I rather do?
That's what I like to do. I start work
Yeah.
at 7, and I typically wake up at 5 in the morning. And I'll do it that first hour, because it takes me about 45 minutes to drive to work. That first hour, I'll just, obviously get dressed, brush my hair, brush my little uh, chin strap beard, and then go and get my prepared the previous morning breakfast, and pour me like a little cup of milk, and I'll go sit down and I'll watch the news for like 30 minutes or so. And then
Yeah.
I've already set the clock forward in the room I'm watching the news in. So it's telling me like, oh, it's getting close to 6 on that clock, which means it's actually like 5:54, which means it takes me about 6 minutes to get my ass out the door for some reason. So I need to get out the door while that clock is getting close to 6, because now I have 6 minutes to get out the door, and that's about how long it takes. So I get all my stuff, which is already a prepackaged, lunch, and then I'm out the door. Yeah, it's just little methods like that. But yeah, if I don't do that, I go to work and have like my breakfast is usually high protein. About the only carbs I have are like from the milk. And if I don't have that, then I have probably a carb-rich breakfast, which has me crashing like a damn plane at work after about like probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock. And I'm just craving coffee even worse. And then...
But carbs are yummy.
Carbs are yummy, but the whole... And trust me, like I used to be a carb fiend. Like I could fuck up a cereal box, man. When I was younger, I could fuck up a cereal box. You put a full unopened box of Frosted Flakes in front of me as a kid, that full box of Frosted Flakes would be gone. That would be gone. I'd eat that up. I'd fuck up that thing. Now I'd be like, I'll have a bowl. It'd be a relatively small bowl. I just want the sweetness. I stay away from
cup.
Probably just like a little cup. Like I'd be looking at serving sizes. Like how much is this?
Yeah. The things that happen when you get old, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. And then I don't drink soda anymore. I used to wake up and I'd just go after like Mountain Dew because it tastes really good. And yeah, that was the entire reason. I loved Mountain Dew because it just tastes really good. Now I stay away from that shit because, again, crashing like an airplane.
We are not sponsored by Mountain Dew, everyone.
I do like those commercials in the theaters. Whenever I go to theaters, have like, do the do, and have like the two cans, and one guy comes in at like a 45-degree angle and dink, dinks the other one. I'm like, give me that Mountain, give me that Dew. It's like, I like those commercials. They're fun, but I'm not going to drink it because I'm going to feel horrible after like 30 minutes. Because I hate feeling tired. I don't have my energy like I did back then. But anyways.
Yeah, with me, I get up early and I drink coffee.
Coffee's good. I think I might have said this a while back, but I got a Dubby or Doobie, I forget what it is. Our friend Pyrogod, he has a sponsorship, I think, with Dubby or Doobie, however you say it.
You told me about this.
Yeah, and I got that. Easy. I got a flavor of it. Where is it? Yeah, Pyrogod _ YT6. Yeah, if you want a good energy drink, or energy drink mix, I guess that's real similar to G Fuel that Angry Joe likes to promote. You can go see him on his channel. He's trying a whole bunch of different flavors, and I've got one. I got like a mixing cup, and I got like I think it's like peach and beach, and sometimes I'll have that in the morning if I'm running behind. I'll just put in like a scoop, fill the thing up to the top, and just shake it and just gulp it down.
Do you shake it? Do you shake it like a Polaroid picture?
I do. My whole body shakes. I'm a fat boy that jiggles like Peter Griffin. We usually when I'm shaking it, I'm in such a goofy mood. I'm like, nah.
All right, let's go ahead and get back into it.
Here's a mental image for all of you who would just want to make your mind's eye go blind.
Tormented everyone with that image of I don't know, a huge marshmallow jiggling.
The marshmallow ghost became real. Anyways, take it away, Finn.
I actually saw a pink mist when the bird shot hit it, like in the movies. The rest of the flock keeps flying as if nothing had happened. Dad looks over his shoulder at me, his breathing heavy. I can see little wisps of fog when he exhales. It's that cold. It takes him a while to actually speak. You see that?
Yeah,
He smiles tightly. I got him.
you did.
I'm gonna go grab the carcass. You stay put, alright?
Okay.
Dad turns, jogging across the dewy grass towards where the bird fell. I adjust myself some and lean against the nearby tree. I wish I was home. My friends are still probably sleeping in, enjoying their warm, heated houses and all that. I can't focus here. It sucks, but Dad really wanted to go bird hunting. I asked him yesterday why he couldn't just do it alone, and he and Mom got really mad. I don't even know what sets them off anymore. It could just be the littlest thing, and suddenly everything's all shitty. My rifle's kind of neat, I guess. It's a 22. I played a zombie shooting game at Chase's place that had the exact same kind in it. It's really, really loud, though. Dad made me wear these big ear protectors, but it's super intense. Still super intense. I swivel it around my arms before bringing the butt right up to my shoulder and looking down the sights. I pretend to. I pretend the bush I'm aiming at is a zombie. I could survive a zombie apocalypse pretty well, probably. There wouldn't be many zombies in Echo, and nearly everyone in town has guns. I'd just go to Carl's house. It's already like a fortress. Some may say a castle. He's got tons of food and games. We'd be set. I hear Dad's footsteps and quickly lower the rifle. That's right. Keep that down. He holds up a pretty messed up looking bird. Its neck is half missing and blood still drips from the hole there. You've never eaten you've never eaten dove, have you?
No.
It's like chicken but stringier. I raise an eyebrow.
Like string cheese, but chicken?
Not exactly, but well, you'll just have to try it.
Okay.
Now, let's see if you can shoot something. Dad steps behind me, placing his paws on my arms and straightening my posture. Now remember what I told you. Always fire on the exhale. Don't flinch at the kick either. The gun won't smack you if you got a good grip on it, and your eye isn't touching the sight. I'm not afraid to shoot a gun like TJ or Carl probably would be. Just a little nervous about the recoil. That's all. Suddenly, Dad grabs my shoulders. Look, look, look! He points towards the sky, directly above us. A bunch of birds in a V-shaped formation are overhead. Those are ducks. Duck is great. You've had duck before and loved it. Now you can get your own duck. Hurry, get sighted. I scrambled to get the gun aimed up and my eye lined up with the shot. Come on!
I'm trying.
The ducks were already getting pretty far ahead. Can't seem to get lined up right. Give it to me.
No, no, I've got it.
Next thing I know, Dad is wrenching the butt from my shoulder and bringing the rifle up to his. It takes him only a few seconds to get ready before firing. Just like before, a bird falls from the flock, plummeting to the ground past the clearing of trees. This time the flock breaks up, scattering. Dad turns, pushing the length of the rifle against my chest. Take your gun. I clutch onto it with both hands, and Dad starts making his way forward. I follow. Why didn't you fire?
I was going to. The aiming thing, the sight, it wasn't lining up with my eye. I need to get it lined up right, or else I was going to miss.
Son,
And then you just yanked it away.
you were not listening to what I was telling you. Just like what I was saying this morning. Dad's voice raises. You can't just do anything like you're told, can you? My fingers grip the rifle tighter. It's like everything goes red.
I can. You were being an asshole.
I yell so loud my voice cracks. Dad turns, slapping me so hard it makes my ears ring more than the gunshots do. My face burns and I growl into the inside of my jacket. A lump forms in my throat and I try to swallow it down. I'm tough. I'm okay. Who taught you to speak like that?
Nobody.
I mean, you, Dad.
Yeah,
You
you
and
did.
Mom.
Yeah, it almost sounds
Yeah.
like a Christmas story.
Yeah. This is a pretty classic story. Abusive ass father beats the hell out of his wife and treats her like crap. And the kids learn it.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Or mother, it's not necessarily one side or the other.
yeah.
Both can be extremely violent about it.
They think they got some
Oh
power
no.
over someone.
Oh no. I think I know who. It was Flynn, wasn't it? It isn't right for you to hang out with a boy like that.
What do you even mean?
All the kids around Echo and you cling to the teenage potty mouthed gay boy. And look at what happened. He shakes his head, eyes wide again, like he can't believe what he's seeing when he looks at me. You defy your parents to sit around at 5 in the morning watching men grope and hit each other. I'm breathing so hard now. It feels like I'm hyperventilating.
Fuck you! Wrestling's cool and Flynn is awesome.
Dad looks downright disgusted now, like he's gonna be sick. The insides of his ears are bright pink with flesh, too. You are sick. When we get home, I'm sending you up north to the ranch. I don't care if we have to pull you out of school right now.
You mean the compound.
Now he's clenching his fists, his tail arched and still behind him. Your mother and I have prayed and prayed, but son...
Won't you ever leave me alone? You're so fucking bad, you know that? Stupid asshole.
Dad steps forward, fists raised. I bring the rifle up and aim at him. He stomps. You are sick. I never heard Dad speak with so much hate before. That being said, I've never been this angry before either. You're pointing a rifle at your own father. Are you gonna shoot me, huh?
I just don't want you to hit me.
I yell so loud, my voice shifts to a shrieking scream, the rifle shaking in my paws. Everything's all blurry and I can feel my nose running. You deserve to be hit. The words make my stomach hurt for some reason. I throw down the rifle onto the grass and face him.
No, you do. You're so awful. I hate you so much. You won't leave me alone, you shit. All you do is threaten me and threaten me and threaten me. And Mom doesn't care. Nobody cares.
My throat burns and I swallow back a blubbering cry. Dad's shaking now. He doesn't even look like Dad anymore. I don't know what in God's name Flynn has done to you.
You're just mad because you don't have any friends. You don't even have a job. You suck. You're so shitty. You're pathetic. I've hated you for so long. Nobody likes you.
I run north, tripping over myself constantly as I can barely see where I'm going. Everything hurts. My insides are burning. Nothing will ever be the same again. I can hear him behind me, panting, furious like a feral. I come through the clearing, then I hear him stop. When I turn around, he's not looking at me anymore. The duck the dad shot landed squarely on the hood of an abandoned van. Dad looks at the van. Dad looks at the duck, the van, me, then the sky itself. He sets the rifle down on the ground. What? Next thing I know, he crashes down to his haunches. He rubs his forehead, his thumbs running along the brim of his too tight scout cap, almost like it's sucking down on his scalp. I can practically see the veins bulge along his temple. He opens his mouth as if to speak, though no sound comes out. Dad's fingers grip a loose strand of grass around his feet as if they were there to keep him tethered from floating away. I hate looking at him like this. What's he doing? He shuts his eyes. Well, more like clenches them shut, like he's got shampoo in them or something. Is he praying? Fucking stupid idiot.
God's not real, you know.
Son. He finally speaks. He doesn't sound like himself.
What?
From the hood of the truck, little rivers of blood splay out from the duck's chest, dripping down the front of the grill. His eyes are still open, though, even though it's dead. I always thought there was when something died, your eyes closed and your tongue sticks out. Looks like it's staring at me. Dad doesn't respond, but he finally looks up and sees what I'm seeing. He sucks in his chest as if he'd been struck. He shuts his eyes again. His whole body shakes for a moment, like he's having a spaz attack. It's not the same van. It's not the same van, he mutters. I want to watch this. I'm about to turn and walk away when I see something move in the back of the van. It's just for a split second, but I swear I see a face through the dusty glass. Son, Dad repeats himself.
Dad,
Again, there's a flash of red, like something bouncing up.
Dad, there's someone in the van.
Dad says nothing. He won't even look now. There's someone in there. I know it. I wipe my eyes with my sleeve, clenching my fists and stepping closer to the rearview mirror. To the rear window. I smear away the dust from the glass and press the tip of muzzle against window. Nothing. What the hell? When I step back, Dad's up on his feet again. He doesn't look angry anymore. Just sad, or empty, I guess. He picks up his rifle from the ground, holding it sort of limply in one paw. Without a word, he turns and heads back through the clearing from where we came. I stand there for a while, listening to his steps trail off. My gut begins to feel like it's being twisted into a knot. Why didn't he say anything? He always says something. Like you're gay, or I hate you, or something. Or Mormon God is going to save you. I don't know.
Don't you want your own planet?
Jesus came here right after he left the Middle East.
Joseph Smith was better than Moses, because Moses had stone tablets. Joseph had gold ones. Gold is better than stone.
There was this huge war between one tribe and another, and it spanned the entire continent.
Yeah, because there's not anything called Indians. That's stupid stuff.
Any other time he opens his mouth, I practically flinch. So why do I feel this now? He won't actually leave me out here, will he? I cross my arms over my chest, hugging myself. Minutes pass and nothing happens. It's like I'm rooted in place, constantly wiping my eyes and nose. Just gotta be tough. I mean, I am tough. I just don't know what to do. The hell am I supposed to do? I hate this. Why did I have to say all that? Nothing will ever be the same again. If I, even if I go home, my parents will just ship me off to live with my uncle in the compound. You know what? Maybe that'd be fine. At least then my parents couldn't threaten me with that anymore. Maybe I'll even end up making airplane parts. I don't need video games, TV, or my friends. And that'd be fun, because at least I won't be around them, especially Dad. Fuck that guy. Still no footsteps. I would hear if he started up the truck from there. I would hear if he started up the truck from here, I think. I guess he hasn't left yet. Maybe I should start a fire or something. I never could get one going on my own in the past, but that's probably because I wasn't trying very hard. I look around and start gathering any twigs and dry grass I can find. Everything's still kind of damp, though. That shouldn't matter as long as I rub hard enough. Flynn would probably make a joke about that. Maybe I could rub one out with this fire.
That's what she said.
Or at least show me what the heck I'm supposed to do. Flynn's the outdoorsy one of our group who knows all this survival stuff by heart. He was maybe a Moor Scout, I'm not sure.
Or Scout.
Yeah. Because he's a Moor. Flynn Moore.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because he's gay and all. I mean, he's like the least gay guy ever. I remember once he told me that liking girls is too girly for him. I guess that makes sense. He's not like the kind you see in the movies or how my parents describe them. Oh my goodness. I
Flamboyant.
sigh. I sigh, sitting down and splaying out a little bed of dry grass and twigs with a single coarse stone in the middle. After that, I take two of the sturdiest looking sticks and begin rubbing them together, like they do on TV. Hey, here I am, rubbing a bunch of faggots. And of course, nothing's happening. I guess I'm not very attractive. Then again, they're getting kind of warm, but they won't rub right. Not enough friction, I think. I grit my teeth, letting my heavy tail flop down on the soil behind me. I don't even care if it gets dirty now. The pads of my paws are starting to really hurt, so I bite the inside of my cheek. I look down at the pile of twigs and think I see a spark. I quicken the rubbing, only for the twig to slip and scrape along the edge of my paw. I cry out in pain as a thin line of blood appears in my fur. I inhale sharply. This is so stupid. I hate this. I throw the sticks down and cover my face with my paws, sucking on my cut. What am I doing? God. What am I supposed to do? I rock myself back and forth slowly, remembering what the school counselor told me. Imagine these feelings as a physical thing that you can hold. Then take deep breaths and begin to rip these feelings apart as if they were pieces of paper that you didn't want anymore. Finally, imagine a calm place, a happy place, somewhere where you can be alone and at peace. I sniff, making a little ripping motions and closing my eyes. I've won the fight. People in the crowd can't believe it. I look across the sea of faces. They all hate me. Well, Maybe not all. I know there's one in this crowd who doesn't. I see him in the back, where he usually likes to be. Dad's still standing there, his eyes puffy.
Dad, please.
You were right, for once. I swallow back a blubbering sob, wiping snot from my muzzle. It's been so long. I can't take this anymore.
Stop it. Get some help.
He's just Michael Jordan now. Stop it. Get some help. Things used to be different. He inhales raggedly, tugging out the end of his facial scruff with one free paw. I used to feel things in real time. Now it's all like a memory of a thing. He continues to stare at the van. Like this isn't happening. It happened. It will happen, and I don't know. It don't matter. I feel his paw tug tighter on the rifle.
No, 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 no. Please stop.
I pull back on my end. You know you can't stop me.
I love you. I love you. Please stop it.
He's not even crying anymore. He's just standing there, only turning to look at me whenever he pulls the barrel closer to his chin. I wish I was stronger. I really, really wish. I thought I could move away, forget it ever happened. Move on, find redemption in the Lord. It's never that simple, is it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
My voice is shrill and hoarse at this point. Sometimes I can't even speak. I want to call out for help, but there's no one around. But Eliza had to move back here, and I loved her. So I had to grin and bear it, as the say. He wets his lips. I can't. He rolls his eyes in a strange, exaggerated fashion. Anytime I try to escape, be it physical like or through some other such diversion, it all just keeps coming back to me. It's just going in circles. I begin sobbing on his pant leg, clinging to it as I pull as hard as I can on the gun. It's never enough. He won't let go.
Let's just go home, okay? Please, let's go home. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Dad says nothing. Something stirs from within the back of the van. Even with my vision blurred with tears, it's clearer than it was ever before. It's a face. Dad begins to move again, bringing the rifle end up to his chin.
No! No, 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 please!
I grab Dad's paw, trying to pull his fingers away from the trigger. I yank as hard as I can. No eyes. Find him.
Find him.